Hi, I'm Joe White, co-founder of Ashland Community Theater. I'm here with my new co-host, Katie Shander Reynolds.
Hello.
Thank you. Welcome to Behind the Curtain. Just in case you're wondering, Kelly Fay, who was my co-host for the first 7 episodes, unfortunately can't commit to coming to Ashland back and forth from her work in Cambridge and Watertown. But she will be still directing our fall and spring shows that we're going to be having in Ashland Community Theater at the middle school. But Katie, welcome. Thanks so much for agreeing to be my co-host.
Well, thanks for asking.
You're welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you. And what did you do this summer?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've been doing a lot this summer, surprisingly enough, because you were going to take the summer off.
I was
Yes.
planning on taking the summer off after the spring show. That
Yeah.
was my plan. Why
Yeah.
did that not happen?
Well, because I kind of wouldn't let you.
Can you explain a little bit more about
Yeah,
that?
sure. I'd love to explain a little bit more about that because I think our audience needs to know that there's something important coming up for them.
There is.
There is.
There is something very
Yes.
important.
Yes.
You mean the thing that Ashland Community Theater collaborated with WACA TV?
And had so much fun on.
Are you talking about the mini-series?
I am, in fact,
You mean
talking about the miniseries.
The interns you're talking
Yes.
about.
That would
That's
be
what
the
you're
one.
talking about?
That's the one.
That's the thing
Let's
you
talk
dragged
about
me
it.
out of my summer
I
hiatus?
know. I know.
How did you do
Ruined
that? How
your
did you
whole summer.
How did you drag me out of my summer hiatus by doing that?
It was pretty tough. I think I said, Joe, what are we doing this summer? And you said, I'm taking the summer off. And I said, no, you're not. And you said, oh, okay. That's what I remember.
It's something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this show here, this mini-series here, what is it about?
It's a 4-part miniseries about college interns working at a very strange news station.
Very strange news station.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the original concept was going to be somebody came up with a really bad idea about a toothpick factory.
Actually, it was a great idea.
It was not a good
we had
idea.
Some very, very funny
Toothpick
stuff
factory?
going on there.
A
It would
toothpick
have been
factory.
very funny.
Really?
Yes.
Then why didn't you write that?
Because we realized that a toothpick factory would be very, very difficult to replicate.
And not funny.
And it would have been funny.
no.
Trust me.
Give me one example why that would have been funny.
Trust
Why would
me.
that have been
Oh,
funny?
I'm not even gonna.
You can't even
give
come
you
up with a
that
funny
gift
idea.
now.
No, your gifts. You're saving that. What is that? Next year's
Yeah, that'll be season 2.
interns
in
to
the
go to Toothpick Factory.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. But okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. That's what I'm going to do the whole time. So you still want to be my co-host?
Well, we'll see. I'll make it through one episode, hopefully.
Okay. So more about the show. Give me some.
Yeah. So my son Aiden, who has been very sad that he couldn't be more involved in our fall and spring theater shows, had said to me one day, we need to do something this summer. You guys need to do something in the summer so I can be a part of it. And I said, oh, that'd be fun. And so that's where the whole
That's how it all started.
thing came
So how
up.
did we?
And
So we started writing this thing.
we started writing this. Yeah, so we started writing this thing, and it was ridiculously fun. And we did some casting calls, and Aiden and his friend Connor were already signed up, but
Yep.
we needed some young ladies, and the young ladies that we had hoped to have weren't available. So we had that casting call and
Yeah.
ended up with these fantastic
Actors and actresses.
actresses. I guess everybody's an actor now.
Yeah.
Fantastic actors to play the young interns, all 4 of
Now,
them.
the only thing I didn't like about them,
What?
I'll be honest.
They made us
Are
look
we still
bad.
filming? They did.
They did. It
They
made us
made
look
us
bad.
look
Yeah.
real bad. I mean,
That's okay,
seriously.
though.
They were great.
They were
They were great.
phenomenal.
I'm telling you, I don't know if I could ever act again. Well, I will, but seriously.
So,
They
yeah,
were great.
They were phenomenal. It was really fun watching them and working with them and seeing what they did with the characters. And and it was fun having all of our gang together and people coming in and doing their little cameos and their one-day shoots. And the whole experience was just a blast.
Absolutely. It's a
An
completely
absolute
different medium to try to do film
Yeah.
and TV
Yeah.
than it is theater. It's completely different. It's fun.
It is.
It's sometimes painful to wait while you're waiting for your scene. But you have the luxury of being able to make a mistake and doing it again.
Yes.
And making the same mistake.
26 times, I
Hey,
believe.
that was only one scene we did. It was 26 times. But
Yeah. We did pretty well.
So who else is in this thing? We have Connor Donovan, you mentioned.
Yeah,
We have Aiden Shander Reynolds
Correct.
as playing the boys.
Brittany Krasner.
Brittany Krasner and Rose Shannon playing the girls. Who else is in it?
And then
who are the crazy
had,
bosses?
let's see, there was you
Oh, yes.
and myself.
Yes.
And then we had Connor Plunkett,
Oh, my goodness,
who
yes.
did a great job. And we had Heidi Hansen,
Yeah.
Mauro Ciccarelli,
Yes.
and of
Jody.
course, Jody Martin.
Jody Martin.
And then we had a lot of people sort of pop in and do
Cameos.
little bits here and there. Christiana Greaves did a great job.
Yep.
And her mom, Yolanda Greaves.
I don't think we cut her
had
out.
a
She's not
fun-
in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's done.
Should we just
She's
not
done.
say that on air?
No,
then?
we won't say that.
Yeah. And then actually got my husband in on a scene.
You got your
Yeah,
husband in
well,
the scene.
well,
Who?
that was
Wait, what was
definitely-
that? Who?
That was definitely your
Who?
doing.
Okay,
That
I
was
just
your
want to make
doing.
sure.
Yeah.
She takes all the credit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, she thought about it. She wrote it. She did. Oh, that was. It was great. Actually, it was fun working with you because.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad.
No,
you
it
think so
was. It
now.
was fun. Now it was. During the time, it wasn't that much fun, But no, it was okay. Back to the writing part. How did
Yeah.
you think that worked?
Oh my gosh, how did that work? Well, it was great because I think you and I think similarly. We have similar senses of humor. So it was nice because we sort of came up with the framework of the first episode and we sat together and just sort of riffed on, oh, this could happen and then that could happen and maybe this person could say this. And we kind of got it all together. And I think you put the first episode down on paper and then I edited it.
Yeah, you're a very good editor.
I am a good editor.
Editor.
I am.
That's
Thank
the word.
God, because you need that.
Hey,
And then it was fun because it was nice. I think we work really well together.
I think so
we
too.
sort of decided in advance, okay, I'll write this part, these parts of the
Yep.
episode, and you'll write those parts, and then we'll see how they fit together, and we'll tweak here and there. And I don't know, I thought it worked pretty
Who's your favorite
smoothly,
character to
and-
write for?
Ooh, so it was really fun writing for Jodie's character because she was so outrageous. And it was fun. I mean, I thought all of the interns were
Yep.
fun to write because, they were these young, smart kids who we were trying to write kind of hip, and then the kids would be like, oh, that is so not hip, let's fix that. It was a little bit humbling, but I thought all the characters were fun in different ways.
They were all good to write for. I think
Yeah.
they were equally fun.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing the show come to life.
Oh, it was.
And
it
I've
was
been
so
watching
cool.
some previews and stuff. So the interns will be airing in late August, early September on WACA TV. We're actually going to have a premiere on August the 20th. Right now, it's scheduled to be at WACA TV for all of the cast. We're going to have a little red carpet. So be
Maybe
on the
Miles will
lookout for
film
that.
that and put that up for some.
He may. I think he may.
We have to talk about Miles now, though. Can we
Who?
talk about Miles?
You mean the guy that was with the camera following us all around,
That guy,
videotaping the stuff?
that genius.
He's a genius.
Miles.
He's absolutely great.
This show. I think the show's going to be good. I'm a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit nervous.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to think it's good. I'm hoping
Yes.
that other people are also going to
They
think it's
will.
good. And if anybody thinks this show is at all good, it's because of Miles.
Yep. The way he put it together, I think the vision we had in our mind, the way he took the camera and made it happen, I think you'll really
excited.
enjoy
Yeah,
some of
he
the
really-
graphics in there. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It's magical, like
Yeah.
what he does with our 19 takes, and then he puts it all together, and it looks like just one smooth
One
thing.
smooth scene.
Yeah.
One smooth
Yeah,
scene.
it's awesome.
But today, what we have today, who do we have today? What are we doing
today?
Today.
We're going to be talking about a scene from our spring show, correct? This was our spring show.
Yep.
Feels like so long ago
Parents' Day,
already.
yeah, it was
From
Parents' Day,
Day,
yep.
yes. And this was a scene written by Joe that took place largely in an elevator. And I was in the scene with Holly Escott and Alexa Fazidis, and they are both here today to talk about this scene where we played 3 generations of women on, I believe it was Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
getting ready for Christmas.
And the scene is called Trapped in Consequences. So why don't you guys sit back, relax, and watch that. And when you come back, we're going to have Holly Escott and Alexa Fazidis here as well with Katie to talk about that scene. Thank you so much. Enjoy.
What's taking you so long?
Can't find it. I know it's here. I put it here last year after the holiday. Your dad packed them, and I brought them down.
Gramps, are you sure? You said there got some pickles in the refrigerator, and I found them in the oven.
Yes, Madison. These are not pickles, my dear. These are your grandfather's favorite decorations, and I know they are here somewhere.
Mom, you know Dad doesn't really care about the silly decorations.
Oh, he says he doesn't, but I know he does. He'll say forget it, and then he'll ask for them. And if I can't find them, he'll get sad.
Okay. Gramps, are you sure? What box is it in? Is it in a red box?
Oh, yes, it is, a bright red box.
And
Michael just got the perfect job right out of college.
Can I just...
And then I'm going to have to hear all about Angela's basketball team.
Mom!
Oh, and then there's always little Ryan, who's probably being recruited by Mensa or something.
Mom, I made Mark a great gift, and I really want to give it to him tonight.
Oh, here it is. The squirrel who sings, "You ain't get nothing for Christmas." Get it? Nothing.
We get it.
Oh, I think it needs batteries. Are there any batteries in that?
Oh, we're not looking for batteries. And even if we found them, they probably explode after being down here for 100 years.
Oh, we have batteries upstairs in back of the oven.
Do you really think it's wise to keep batteries in your oven?
Hey, we had one minor explosion. And besides, we needed to replace the microwave. There's one more box of old ornaments.
No, Mom, I'm sorry, we really can't. It's getting late and we still have 100 things to do. We're not dressed, I have to make cheese
So,
sauce.
can I go to Mars? I promised to take the train, and he said his parents would take me home.
No, Madison, and that's my final answer. You're coming with me tonight and you're going to like it.
You're such a mean mom. You never let me do anything. I really think you're horrible.
Hey, don't talk to me like that.
Wow, does that sound familiar?
Meaning?
Meaning, I heard those words at least once a week when you were her age.
I never said that.
Oh no, only when I said no to something you wanted to do.
Well, I was never that disrespectful.
I am not being respectful, Mother Dear. I'm simply pointing out the plain fact that you never let me do anything. If I ask you, say no before I even finish saying what I want.
That is so untrue, Madison. I let you go away overnight with the ski club, even though there were boys.
And how many times did I have to ask? 100, maybe more before Dad finally said yes.
Dad? He just wants to be your friend. He's afraid you won't like him. I have to make all the tough parenting choices.
Well, since we already have all of your dad's favorite things, are you sure we can't look for that other box?
No, Mom, I'm sorry. We just can't. Can we please get on the elevator and get upstairs? Maddie, push the button.
Where is it?
It's behind the blanket, I think. Whoa, what was that?
It looks like we're stuck.
Oh, that happens all the time. It usually fixes itself.
Fixes itself? How is that possible?
Well, just like the TV, VCR, DVD things. I turn it on and it goes off. Then I push a few different buttons about a dozen times and come back on again. Sometimes I think I may miss parts of the show that way.
Mom, things don't just fix themselves. They have to be fixed by someone who knows what they're doing.
I'm telling you, it fixes itself. We just have to be patient.
Is there an emergency phone so we can call someone or something?
A phone? No, Madison. If it doesn't fix itself, we just call up the shaft and Mr. Nelson comes and gets us.
So our strategy is we're going to scream up the elevator shaft, and Mr. Nelson will rescue us?
Mom, what other choice do
Of course it is. Mom, seriously, do you ever turn that thing on? We got me that phone so we can be sure you and Dad are okay.
I am okay. I don't need to have a cell phone stuck to me 24 hours a day.
Really? How do you survive?
I'm okay, my dear. LOL.
Well, but what are we going to do? Your dad's coming at 5, and it's only 3:15. We're going to be here for almost 2 hours.
Oh, Cheryl, don't worry. We'll fix itself.
Stop saying that, Mom. Things don't just fix themselves.
Sometimes they do. Yes, they do.
This is the worst Christmas Eve of all time. I'm stuck in a freight elevator with my mom and grandmother, and my boyfriend won't even get to see me until I turn old and gray like you guys. It doesn't get any worse than this. I can't imagine a worse situation.
A bit dramatic, Madison.
Yes, relax, Maddie. Let's think of something.
Yeah, let's think about how horrible this Christmas Eve will be. Stuck in an elevator with my mom and grandma, and an old box of Christmas decorations. It's the worst ever.
No, Maddie, it's not the worst ever. The worst ever was when I was your age. Maybe a little younger.
What went wrong? You got stuck on a train going to the Bronx and I hang out with a bunch of Yankee fans?
Maddie, stop it.
No, Maddie, it was when my mother, your great-grandmother, passed away.
Grams, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yes, she had been sick for quite a while and was in a hospital, and she didn't want to spend Christmas Eve away from her family and her children, so she forced the doctors to let her out for just a few days. She spent that entire day at home baking her cookies, wrapping presents, decorating the tree with me and my 2 brothers and my dad. I was 15 and I remember making those cookies. I still have the recipe.
The candy cane cookies.
Yes, dear.
Mom and I did it before we came to the city to get you.
My mom lost energy as the night wore on. She fell asleep on the couch, and when my dad went in to wake her up for dinner, she never woke up.
Mom, I never knew that. You never told me that Grandma died on Christmas Eve.
Honey, I didn't want you to associate a holiday with your grandma's death.
I'm so sorry about saying this is the worst Christmas Eve of all time.
Not to worry, my dear. I remember that day more vividly than what I did yesterday. She gave me an ornament that said, "Best daughter, Sally." I think it was in the yellow box in the back.
Mom, so what else do we have in this box here?
Oh, look. Oh, look what we have here. Hermie the Snowman.
What's Hermie the Snowman?
What's the snowman your mom made when she was 7?
And you kept it?
Are you kidding me? This is what you made me put out under the tree every year until you were 15 years old. And you made me or your dad read the night before Christmas. And Hermie had to be in your lap because you thought Hermie had a direct contact with Santa.
Wow, Mom. 15. You were some rock and cool kid.
Yes, she was a rock and roll kid. Makes me feel sad when she made me stop putting Hermie out on the She didn't want me or your granddad to read the story.
Mom.
Oh, I know. You kids grow up. It's just way too fast. Way too many years go by, and then you have kids of your own. And I look back on those moments, holidays, birthdays, weddings, way too fast.
So tell me more about Mom.
Oh, really?
We don't have time for that.
Mom,
quarter Romeo Drive.
That's not right. It was 7:26 and a half. And I only did that because you knew I wanted to spend the night at my friend's house, but you made me stay home because you and Dad were leaving the next day on a trip at the crack of dawn, and I had to be there to say goodbye. So I figured I'd just leave.
How lame. Mom, you are a rebel. What else can you tell me, Grams?
Oh, she was the greatest kid. Always helped me with dinner. Oh, I love the times you helped me bake and make dinner for the boys.
You always let me lick the spoon when we made a cake. And you know what? You always let me have the best piece of fish or meat, even if Dad wanted it.
How sweet.
Your mom is sweet.
My mom? Really?
It may seem like she's a bit overprotective, and it seems like she never lets you do what you want.
Wow, you do know her. Madison, be nice.
Now, you both listen to me and enjoy these times. They go way too fast. It seems like just a month ago that I was wrapping up Dolly Do-Right.
Dolly Do-Right?
Oh, the doll your mom had to have when she was 6. And now I can't figure out where my cell phone is.
It's in the bedroom.
In case of emergencies. Really, Mom, though, I remember all those times, too. Those are great memories. You know what? You were and are the best mother. You have always, always been there for me.
I'm gonna cry.
Stop it, me too.
Oh, please don't cry. Just enjoy the times. Promise me you will. Stop rushing around and don't let life pass you by. Because life is to be lived in the moment.
Well, I am enjoying this moment.
So, Madison, what did you make Mark for Christmas?
You'll think it's stupid and laugh.
No, I won't. I promise. I really want to know.
Alright. Well, you know how he's in a band and plays guitar?
Yes.
I made him a new guitar strap.
Oh, that's wonderful, honey.
I thought the blue silk would look really cool on the stage.
The blue silk would... Wait a minute. Are we talking about that $150 blouse you had to have?
Maybe?
Oh, my dear, that sounds so sweet. Just like Hermes, who I believe was made out of some very expensive pillows that we had just bought the year before. And you decided that they were the softest thing to the snowman out there.
I'm sure Mark will love the guitar strap, honey.
Thanks, Mom. I can give it to him tomorrow. I'll go with you to Aunt Linda's. Can't wait to hear about Angela's mad skills.
Ooh, I hear she scored 20 points against the varsity.
Ooh, can't wait to hear about every point she made.
Oh, you guys are bad. Luckily, I just pretend I can't hear. There are benefits to being old.
Why, Mom?
Yeah, Graham, it's pretty cool. Any other students you can share?
Over time.
Hello! Is anyone down there?
Yes, we're stuck.
Mr. Nelson, is that you?
Yes, it's me. Is
thought
that
you
you
were-
again, Sally?
Yes, I thought you went to your sister's.
Ah, I could only take her in short doses. So I came home. I'll go back tomorrow.
Can you get us out of here?
Not really. Elevator usually fixes itself.
Told you.
Fixes itself? Really?
Let me try something here.
It looks like we're going up again. Hey, Mom, can we go back down?
Down? Why would you want to go back down?
I want to find the box that Grams wanted. I want to see the ornament that her mom got her.
Yes, Mr. Nelson, can you send it back down, please?
As you wish.
Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. I'm here with a cast of Trapped in Consequences. Alexa Fazitas, Katie Shander Reynolds, and Holly Escott. Thanks so much for coming down.
You're welcome.
Now, we just watched the scene. What did you guys think of yourselves after watching it for, when did we do that, in May?
Yes.
That was May.
just
May, so this
beginning.
is August, it's almost August now. How does it feel watching it again? What do you guys think?
It was a good scene overall. I mean, of course, I'm gonna judge my own performance,
Which was?
could have been better.
Oh, come on, it was
No, it
great.
could not. You were awesome.
Everyone critiques their own performances
Exactly.
harshly,
I know.
so don't worry. I thought you were fantastic in it.
Thank you.
Holly, I watched you watching it. I enjoyed watching you watch it.
It was all, I've heard people say this, but it was as if I were watching somebody else. It was as if it wasn't us, and
Mhm.
it was fun to watch as a scene, so that's nice. I mean, I think that says a lot about the scene.
What do you think, Katie?
Well, I have to say, seeing it for the first time on film, I was most struck by how Amazonian I looked compared to these two ladies. I don't think of myself as
You don't get that
particularly
often, do you?
large. No, I'm usually one of the smaller people around. But yeah, they made me look very large.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Which was interesting. But I just love the scene. And I remember when you first showed me the script and I was like, ooh, I want that part. I just love the scene. It's so well written. It's so well thought out. And the characters are really, the dynamic between the characters is really good. And it's a really nicely put together scene. And it was really fun, I thought, to see it all put together. Because I haven't seen it, I mean, other than...
Yeah. I didn't expect it to be that sort of exciting and full of energy. And
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
very nice.
And your voice? You were very sick that day, and you
Yes,
had no
I
voice
had
for a while. You were
laryngitis
very worried.
and bronchitis.
Yeah, but it came out really well. I
You
mean,
could hear, yeah.
yeah.
So that was good to see.
I remember when I wrote that, I wrote that in probably about a 2 or 3 hour window. And it really didn't change significantly. I know we go through an evolution and we add some things along the way, but I did have the three of you in mind when I wrote it. I worked with you all before, so when I was writing this, I'm like, this is something I want to get, the story that I want. I had each of you in mind, and I think you guys made me very happy in what you guys did. Performing it the way you did, putting it on stage is actually was better than what I had hoped. So I want to thank each of you for that. That was great to see you do that.
You're welcome. It was truly a pleasure to
It
do.
was. It was so much fun.
Yes.
All our crazy rehearsals where we would have, Alexa would come to my house, and we would put
Call me
Holly
on
on
the
the speakerphone, and we would sit in my
And the
dining
dogs
room,
would
and the
be
dogs would be
barking.
barking and mauling
Dogs.
Alexa. Yeah.
Those dogs were crazy.
They are a little crazy. Sorry about that.
What was your favorite line to say in your scene? Or did you have one? You might not have had one. What was your favorite line to say?
Oh dear.
I have my favorite for each of you, but I don't know if you have a favorite.
Oh, well,
I won't tell you what mine is until you tell me yours. You have to tell me yours first, Holly. Favorite line to say?
LOL.
That was an ad-lib.
That was an added in. We didn't write that one, so I didn't like that. Well, the one that I wrote. No. My favorite line for you was, ain't getting nothing
Yeah,
for Christmas.
yeah, okay.
You get it? Nothing? What about you? What was your favorite line to say?
Ooh, I liked saying, I liked all the lines where I was sort of berating my daughter, because it reminded me of berating my daughter.
Sure, she
So
appreciates
it was
that.
nice to read those lines and think, oh, I'm not the only parent who says these things or thinks these things, so that was nice. But I also liked when Alexa went storming off, and my mother was saying how familiar that all sounded, and I said, well, I was never that disrespectful. I thought that was funny. That was a good line.
I just liked all of the lines that involved like sassing or mouthing off to my mom, because I would never do that in real life.
No.
Of course,
Never.
I'm a saint.
No.
But I just thought it was fun to do, and it
Yeah.
was fun to yell.
You were very, very good at it.
I was really good at it. I was kind of surprised.
It was interesting because when I spoke to your mom and I was saying how wonderful you were and how well you handled all of that sass, and she said, yeah, it was really very good acting because she never does that. And she was genuinely
She was
telling
serious,
me,
yeah.
my daughter never does that. And I said, well, can we switch? Just for like a weekend.
Just a weekend. Just give it a try. See how that all worked out. My favorite line for you to say was when you were saying, I don't need a cell phone attached to my hand every single day. And you look back and go, how do you survive? But so as characters in the show, what did you take away from that? I mean, I don't know your methodology when you take a role and when you look at, what do you think that character would be doing today? If I was to write something else, like you got out of the elevator, how are you different from being in that elevator with your grandma and grandpa? Grandma and grandpa, I'm sorry. Grandma and mother. I looked at you quickly.
I think that Madison would be probably hanging out with her boyfriend right now.
Would she still be with Mark?
Probably.
Oh my gosh, after that killer gift she made for him?
Does he still wear the guitar strap?
I would hope.
Is he still playing the band?
That was very expensive. You
It
better
was a
still
really
wear it.
expensive shirt, yeah.
That's pretty expensive. What did the mom of that get out of it?
I would hope that Cheryl would have gotten out of that sort of a deeper understanding of her own mother. I mean, that was a big sacrifice that her mother made for her, not telling her the whole story about her grandmother's death. So that was sort of I think a really important moment in her relationship with her mom. And then I think her relationship with her daughter, I mean, having been a teenage girl and then now raising one, I think, you have sort of these patterns, you get close and then things fall sort of back into their old ways. And so I would imagine that she and her daughter would still have their moments of disagreement, but they'll remember that experience in the elevator. And I think they'll talk about it and it'll come up and it'll maybe help them bridge some of their differences at times.
What about the character Sally, Holly?
Well, actually, the first thing I was going to say was the scene was so perfectly written. It was just that I just felt that I fell into it and hardly had to think. And I think that Sally, I imagine, she had certain things she wanted to bring the family together, and that did happen. And so I think, and she had just turned 65. It was a big birthday for her, and so she had. I feel that I came away with a sense of satisfaction and a good feeling about what had transpired that day. And I still don't text.
How's the microwave working out?
I still don't know. And that was my favorite line, actually.
It was the microwave? Well, I love what you guys brought to the characters, because the intent was to have the generational flow and how they kind of, the parents and grandparents connecting.
And it fit so well, I felt, because I was never married and I've never had children, and yet I felt for my daughter and my granddaughter very much. So
Well, I think you were the one that was giving the advice of, like, you've gone through your 60 plus years, and you made your character be 65, just have a birthday, and I remember we talked about that. And having a daughter, you want to give them the advice that you've gotten along the way and kind of bring her back to reality to say, you were just like that. But you remember that when you're talking to her. So it's kind of trying to get those two together.
Yes.
And you're learning a little bit more from that, so I think.
Yes. And also, I saw life go by, and I didn't want them to do the same.
Yes.
And that's what was, I think, very
So if there was one message in there of that
Yeah.
scene, that was the
That
one
was
I
it.
wanted to come across.
Yeah.
So enjoy the times, enjoy the
That
moments,
was it,
because time
yes.
just goes. And by you guys getting trapped in there, it kind of forced that. You were going on your way. You wanted to get, because poor Joe was stuck in hates traffic.
Oh, he's just
He's
miserable to be
he's-
within traffic.
He's miserable to be with, period, much less anything. I heard about him. But no, it was just great to see you guys perform that.
It was a really, really fun scene to perform.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
So would you come back again and do more shows with us?
I wouldn't go that.
Okay.
I'm with Holly on that one.
Oh, wow. What about you?
I think I'm stuck.
Oh, you're stuck.
Yeah.
You're stuck. But if we did a trapped reunion like we did today, we'll maybe have a right one there for you guys.
Where are we going to get trapped in next?
Oh,
Trapped on an escalator.
trapped on an
Yeah,
escalator.
that
That
would
would
go
work.
well.
That'd be bad. That'd be bad.
You get trapped on a Ferris wheel.
Ooh.
There was a scene we had called the Ferris wheel.
There was.
There was a scene that we cut. It was
Yeah.
Heidi and
That was a
Maura
long
was
time
going to
ago.
be
It It was Heidi and a lot of
Three
different men.
Three different
Yes,
guys.
it was
Three
the
different
rotating
bald shaved
crop
head
of
men
men,
guys
yes.
who kept not wanting to be on the Ferris wheel with Heidi. So, well, thank you guys so much for coming and reliving Trapped in Consequences.
Thank you.
We'll be back next month, in which we'll be talking with the cast of Not Mother's Day, something that Katie Shander Reynolds wrote.
We
and
will have Alexa here again. So
Oh
she
my.
does have to come back.
You are coming back.
I
So the cast of Not Mother's Day will be
Trapped.
here, and we'll talk about the fun that you had with all of the children working through that scene. Probably, how many more dogs did you have?
We'll get to talk about the dogs again, so that's always good.
Dogs will be again. Well, thank you so much for seeing another episode of Behind the Curtain, Ashland Community Theater. So here's what I'm going to do.
No, I'm gonna do.
No,
I'm gonna talk
I'm
first.
going to know you.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God, this is the way it's going to be? She's on the show for like 3 minutes.
So this
She's
is-
on the show for 3 minutes. I'm going
This is-
first.
no, but I was thinking this is the promo, right? So I should start talking, and then you should interrupt me and say, "Wait a minute, I'm
Wait,
the
wait, wait.
host."
Okay, all right, that is fun.
Right?
See, yeah, that could work.
He just said I'm funny. Did you get that on film?
Looks are in everything.
Seriously, Joseph. Sometimes I have ideas that are worth listening to.
I did listen to the whole idea about let's do something this summer,
You did. That's
right?
You're,
Let's
thank
do
you for
this.
that, because that was like one of the best times I've ever had.
It was absolutely awesome. I mean, you know, our significant others are not too pleased with this whole
The
summer.
mark's
but-
over it.